Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another peaceful day in my life, and today I'm going to be showing you more of my favorite things, all of the food that I ate today, the gardening that I did, the projects that I worked on around my house, and the vitamins that I took. And I'm pretty excited because today's video is actually sponsored by Care of Vitamins, and I'm excited to share them with you because I've really been enjoying these vitamins and I really think it's a great product. I had some pretty exciting things take place in my house today that I think you guys are going to love to watch. So with that being said, let's hop right in. So when I first came downstairs, I checked my little shipment pile, and I have some boxes that need to be opened or are just starting to be opened. And at the very top, I had my Care of vitamins that just came in the mail. I hadn't opened them yet, so I pulled them to the side to take after I ate my food. And I thought I would show you my yoga pants. These are by a company called Sweaty Betty, and I got them last year during the Nordstrom anniversary sale. They really help hold everything in super well. They're really high quality, but very lightweight, and I love the print. I will link them down below if I can find them. So then it was time to make some breakfast, and per the usual, I went back to my avocado toast. You guys know that in one of my recent day in my lives, I kind of branched out and I made something I never make, which was sourdough French toast, and it was super good, but it was a little too sweet for me, and avocado toast is something I can always count on. I feel great every time I eat it. I don't have a crash. I feel satisfied, and I just love it. I also decided on this morning that I wanted to have a big handful of blueberries. Blueberries are super high in antioxidants, and I try to include them in my diet as much as possible on a day-to-day basis. So of course, I have to brew my morning tea, my iced tea. I mean, geez, you guys have seen me do this probably hundreds of times, and this mug has become like a member of my family. It's been in my videos like, I don't even know, man, from the beginning. But so I let my tea brew and sit while I continued to make my breakfast. Once I spread my avocado all over my sourdough toast, I squeezed a bunch of lemon juice. You guys know I will find any reason to squeeze fresh lemon juice into any food that I'm eating. Then I took some goat cheese and I put a little bit of that on the toast as well. And then I followed that up with some red chili flakes. I like having a little bit of kick to my toast. Dan decided, by the way, to have some beef jerky for breakfast. Dan makes the best beef jerky literally on the planet, if you didn't know that. I don't eat beef jerky except for when Dan makes it at home, and it's so good, and he always gives a little bit to the pups. So then I took my chives and I chopped them up. By the way, I'm currently trying to grow chives in my tower garden. I'm so excited. I'm counting down the days to when I have usable chives in my garden. I cannot wait. Then I took some olive oil and I drizzled that on top, as well as some salt and some pepper. And at this point, my tea was ready to pour over ice. So satisfying. And you usually hear the ice like crackling when the hot tea is pouring over it, and I just get even more excited. I really like taking some time in the morning to kind of pull my thoughts together for the day. You guys know that I work from home, and so much of my life is based around just my own schedule and however I want to structure my responsibilities throughout the day. So in the morning, I like to take some time to calm my thoughts, really think about what I'm going to be doing for the day, maybe catch up on some YouTube videos. I just like this time in the morning to gather my thoughts. By the way, Zoe is usually somewhere nearby while I'm eating my breakfast. So once I was done eating, I pulled out my Care of vitamins. And if you don't know what Care of is a monthly subscription vitamin service that delivers completely personalized vitamin and supplement packs right to your door. And I actually have my own code. So for 50% off of your first month of personalized Care of vitamins, go to takecareof.com and enter the code NikkiP50. You guys know that I'm a true believer in vitamins. I believe that they can do so much. So whether you're looking for energy, better sleep, to maintain stress, or something else to help you feel your healthiest, I think that vitamins can often help people achieve those goals. You sign up for Care of, you actually take an online quiz, and they ask you questions about your diet, your health goals, and your lifestyle choices. It only takes about 5 minutes, and you can find out your personal, scientifically backed vitamin and supplement recommendations. Like I mentioned, the personalized Care of subscription box gets sent right to your door every month with your personalized daily packs that are put together based on the results from your online quiz. And they're awesome for people that are busy and on the go. When I travel, I just grab a couple packs, bring them with me, and I'm good to go. The other cool thing is if you are vegan or vegetarian, they have those type of supplement options as well to match your dietary needs. Besides the fact that the packaging is cute, which I will say with vitamins, that is not enough to sucker me in, the packaging, but the packaging is cute. I just had to throw that in there. And probably the most important thing for me when I'm looking at vitamins is their sourcing, where they get the ingredients for that they put into their vitamins. Care of sources such high quality ingredients that I was so excited to start taking their vitamins. So I have my little multi-pack. It's got 5 pills in it, which you guys know if you follow me on Instagram is nothing for me. That's a breeze. And in my pack, I am taking magnesium, a probiotic supplement, which honestly, anyone that's ever getting into health, I'm always like, are you taking a probiotic? It's so important. Rhodiola for energy, which my mom swears by. Ashwagandha, which I've never taken, but I've heard people talk about. Oh, there's 5 pills because I have 2 magnesiums in here. And magnesium is something that I've been wanting to start taking again. And I used to take really regularly. It's great for sleep support and your muscles and your joints and all of that. So I'm pretty excited to be taking this for so many reasons. So yeah, now you see them. Now you know. So once again, guys, if you want to try Care of, go to takecareof.com and enter the code Nikkiphillippi and you will get 50% off of your first month of vitamins. So then I made my way upstairs. I brought Zoe with me because I will always bring Zoe with me to do everything if I have the option. And it was time to get ready. So I poured my water in my diffuser and I decided to diffuse some tangerine while I put on my makeup. By the way, a bunch of you guys have asked about safety of oils around animals. I can't speak around, all companies and all products, but just so you are aware, Young Living's oils are safe to diffuse around animals. A lot of those articles that have circulated are based on oils that are not completely pure or are possibly synthetic. And also, this is a little anecdotal, but my dogs have never had any issues with the oils at all, just kind of throwing that out there. But I get asked that question a lot, so I just kind of wanted to let you know. So once my hair and makeup was complete, my friend Deanna actually came over to my house because she is an incredible piano player and harp player, randomly enough. And she's actually starting to give me piano lessons, which is so exciting because I'm one of those people that really thrives with lessons, with people. And honestly, even one lesson, I can already tell a difference in my piano playing. She has just been so helpful. And we actually go to church together and play on worship team together. And fun fact, I think Deanna was Miss Tennessee, so that's kind of random and cool. Honestly, shout out to you, Deanna. You're such a sweet human, and I'm so glad that we're getting to do this together. So after my piano lesson, Dan actually got back to the house, and he brought me this little tray of succulents from my neighbor's house. He helped our neighbor with some construction stuff around their house, and his wife is really into plants, so she sent this home with Dan to give me as a gift. So thank you, Lexi. So at this point, it was time for lunch, and so I made my way upstairs to cut off a head of lettuce from my tower garden. Yes, it is as good as it looks, and I decided to make a salad. So I cut up my lettuce. No, I did not wash it because I do not wash my produce from my tower garden. There's no pesticides, and I don't have any bugs or dirt or anything, so I don't feel a need to do that, which is nice because it helps keep my salad crisp. So I chopped up my lettuce, and then I chopped up my green onions, which I did cut off from my green onions that I'm growing upstairs, which is really cool. So I cut those up, threw those into the salad as well, and then I chopped up a jalapeno and threw that into the mix too. Then I diced up some of my cherry tomatoes. Once I threw those into the bowl, I squeezed a ton of lemon juice onto the salad, and then I added some olive oil. And then last but not least, I scooped in my leftover chickpea salad that I had made about a day or two before that. Oh, and I chopped up some cilantro to throw on as well. A lot of times when I'm cooking, I will just go through my fridge and find every piece of produce that I think could go together to try to make a recipe. I also added a little bit of crunchy, chunky sea salt to the top, and then I had a side of some blueberries and some raspberries, and that was my lunch. And yes, it was as good as it looks. So after I ate, I decided to go and water my plants downstairs. They were all looking a little bit limp, and I realized I hadn't watered them in a couple of days. So I just gave a good watering to all of my downstairs indoor plants. Also, I filled up my diffuser in my living room. I added some eucalyptus globulus to the diffuser. This diffuser, by the way, I get a ton of questions about it. It's called the Aria diffuser from Young Living, and I love it. And when the sun is shining through my living room and the diffuser is going, it honestly just feels like heaven. It's so beautiful and relaxing. Clearly, Zoe loves it as well. And I decided, because it was so beautiful, to do some of my computer work downstairs in the kitchen. I have been asked quite a bit recently in videos what my job is, or like if I'm between jobs right now. And I thought everybody knew this, but my full-time job is actually YouTube and like internet stuff. So every day at some point, I am spending a good chunk of time either filming or editing or both. And I flipping love it. And I appreciate you guys so much for watching my videos. You literally have no idea how grateful I am. So I took a break in the late afternoon to actually go and have a therapy session. And I know this looks weird, I'm just on my computer, but my therapist was actually someone that I worked with when I lived in California. And when I moved, I didn't want to leave her because I've been working with her for years. And so we continued our relationship via Skype, and I love working with her. Yeah, it was a great session. It's always a great session. I love my therapist. So once I was done with therapy, I decided to get some laundry going. I had quite a few loads I wanted to get done that day. So I just kind of switched everything over, started a new load. And then, guys, are you ready to get hyped? I got a second tower garden. So I actually mentioned this in my last tower garden diary that I just uploaded this week, that we had ordered a second tower garden. So on this day, the tower garden got in and Dan set it up for me. And not only did we get another tower garden, but we actually got 2 dollies. So one for each tower garden. So now we can easily spin it around, kind of like a sunglasses rack, so that we can see all of the plants around the tower garden. And I've mentioned this before, but our office is in a major transition. I said our because it used to be mine, but with us going through the process of becoming foster parents, Dan's office is going to become our foster child's room, and my office is now our office. So we are doing major transition, setting everything up. It's really cool to make steps forward in that. Of course, I had to check on my seedlings because I do that every day. And then I sat down in my office to get a little bit more computer work done while Dan sat next to me and raced on his simulator. To those of you that don't know, Dan is super into something called iRacing, and it's basically like NASCAR racing simulation, and it is how Dan trained to race in actual cars. If you didn't know that about Dan, he's actually done like legitimate NASCAR racing. He likes to do iRacing multiple times a week, not only because it's a fun hobby for him, but it keeps that skill up. And while he was working on that, I uploaded a new video, of course, another day in my life. I want to give a shout out and a thank you to Care of for sponsoring this video. I was over the moon excited to get to be working with such a high quality vitamin company. Don't forget to check out the link down below. Use the code if you're interested, and I will hopefully see you guys back here soon with another new video. All right, bye guys.